So what we have now is unboxing from one of our mini tubes. This is actually our original mini tube. So when you get it, it's all taped up obviously, but this is the box that we ship in. When you open it up, you'll see brochure. Brochure usually, basically it's all the different products that we carry in stock and supply. And or goes to our main website. Then what you have is it's actually bubble wrapped just to prevent damages on the main box itself. Now this is actually the box for the mini tube. It's an aluminum box that we get custom made for us. You open it up. You have a little brochure. Basically explains the mini tube and has all little things on how to use it and so forth. This is your mini tube itself. Your mini tube itself, basically what you have is you have an end cap. This is a high temperature, just basically a high temperature rubber that we end up using. What you have is at the very end, you have a big hole. Mind you, this is just a smaller version of our actual end caps that we use for our larger solar thermal systems. This hole here, you can use it for shish kebabs, and this small hole here is actually for, it's just a vent. Don't plug both holes or else you can shoot this cap quite far. Then what you have is you have our actual mini tubes. All our logos are engraved into our products when we manufacture them. If you don't know what a mini tube is, I'll explain you exactly what it does. It's essentially a glorified thermos. So what you have is you have two layers of borosilicate glass. The borosilicate glass is a heat treated type of glass. It's essentially the same thing as Pyrex. Pyrex is just the brand name for cookware, but borosilicate is actually what it's made of. So it's the same thing. What we have is two layers of glass, and then what we have is we pull a vacuum. So at the very bottom you have your two layers of glass like this. What we end up doing is we stick a spring spacer in the bottom just to prevent the tubes from moving and cracking the upper piece here. Then we have our vacuum that's pulled. At the very bottom, we have a special coating in there so that if you do break the vacuum, this will oxidize and turns white. Otherwise, you can't tell the tube is broken. Basically how we manufacture them. Then in the inside, you're going to see the coloring is different. Basically what you have is we have a 3-layer coating system when we manufacture our tubes. We actually have an absorber layer, which is just dark pigment, absorbs the heat. These coatings are actually between the two layers of glass. So it's not on the inside, it's just between the two layers on the inside layer here. So we have an absorber, right? The dark pigment absorbs the heat. You have an anti-reflection layer. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a selective mirror finish. So basically sunlight can go in but not out. Then the last layer is the infrared UV layer, which collects sunlight and produces heat out of it. So that's basically what a mini tube is. So depending on your basically depending on your location, where you are in the world, your angle differs depending on where your location is. So essentially what you want to do is you want to find out where the sunlight is and have it pointing to where the sun is. So basically your height wise. If you want to have more output or a faster reaction time, put a mirror or basically just a concave mirror behind it, then you'll have 30% more output and quite a bit of a faster reaction time. Commonly what we end up doing is we boil water, you can cook hot dogs, heat soup, coffee, and so forth. So basically it's a good do-it-yourself or hobbyist project. You can also use it for education purposes. We sell a lot of them to schools and school boards, and also for people that want to learn about solar but do not want to buy a bigger expensive unit from the bat off. They want to learn about it first and then go from there. So this is your mini solar tube, and this is what you get.